once a small idea scribbled on a napkin, became one of the fastest-growing computer companies in history, a company that challenged giants, changed the rules, and reshaped personal computing. This is the dramatic rise and emotional fall of Compaq, a name once synonymous with power, innovation, and ambition. Our story begins in 1982, in Houston, Texas. Three former Texas Instruments senior managers, Rod Canyon, Jim Harris, and Bill Murto, walked away from stable jobs with a simple but daring vision: create a portable computer that was compatible with the rapidly expanding IBM PC ecosystem. At that time, the personal computer revolution was exploding, but portability was still a dream. IBM dominated the market, and clones were rare. But these three founders believed the industry needed a new kind of machine, one that was not only portable, but powerful, reliable, and compatible with the systems businesses already used. Their original mission was straightforward: build the world's first truly portable IBM-compatible PC without compromising the user experience. With $3,000 each in investment and a rented house as their headquarters, Compaq began. Like most great companies, Compaq's early days were far from glamorous. Money was tight, competition was fierce, and IBM's shadow was enormous. Suppliers doubted them, investors weren't convinced, and many believed creating a portable IBM-compatible computer was impossible. But Compaq had something different: a culture of engineering excellence, and a willingness to work day and night. Within their first year, they developed the Compaq Portable, a suitcase-sized computer that could run every IBM PC program flawlessly. In 1983, they launched it. Everyone expected slow sales, but something incredible happened. Compaq smashed records, generating over $111 million in their first year, the highest first-year revenue of any company in American history at the time. The breakthrough was official: Compaq had arrived. From that moment, Compaq became unstoppable. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, the company dominated the booming PC industry with machines that were powerful, affordable, and ahead of the curve. They weren't just copying IBM anymore, they were leading the industry. Compaq released the Desk Pro line, famous for speed and reliability. They pushed boundaries with the LTE, one of the first true notebook computers, and by 1994, they became the youngest company ever to enter the Fortune 500. Partnerships with Microsoft and Intel strengthened their position. Their revenue soared into the billions, and in 1998, they made a bold move: the $9.6 billion acquisition of DEC, Digital Equipment Corporation, then the largest acquisition in the history of the tech industry. For a moment, it felt like Compaq could rival anyone, even IBM and Dell. But success came at a cost, and no one saw what was coming next. The late 1990s brought a storm. Technology was changing rapidly. Consumers wanted smaller, cheaper, faster machines. Manufacturing costs were dropping, and competition was rising. But Compaq, after acquiring DEC, began facing internal problems. The merger was messy. Cultures clashed. Strategies conflicted. At the same time, Dell introduced its revolutionary direct-to-consumer model, allowing customers to customize their computers online at lower costs. Compaq couldn't keep up with the price war. Its once lean engineering culture became heavy and slow. Management disagreements created instability. Then came the dot-com crash. What was once a company fueled by bold decisions was now struggling to make the right ones. By the early 2000s, the writing was on the wall. Revenue fell. Margins shrank. Competition became brutal. In 2001, CEO Michael Capellos tried to steer the company toward stability, but the challenges were too big and too fast. On September 3, 2001, HP announced that it would acquire Compaq in a controversial $25 billion deal. Shareholders were divided. Founders were heartbroken. Employees were uncertain. But the merger moved forward. By 2002, Compaq, once the fastest-growing computer company in the world, was gone, absorbed into Hewlett-Packard. And just like that, the Compaq brand faded from the global stage. After the acquisition, much of Compaq's technology, talent, and infrastructure helped shape HP's computer division. The name Compaq continued to appear on budget-friendly HP products for a few more years, but by the 2010s, the brand was quietly retired in most markets. Rod Canyon, one of the original founders, later wrote a book about the journey, capturing both the triumph and the heartbreak. Jim Harris and Bill Murto moved on to other ventures, always remembered for their bold, early vision. Compaq's legacy lived on, just not in the way anyone expected. Compaq's story still echoes through Silicon Valley and the entire world of computing. They proved that a small startup could challenge the biggest company in the industry. They showed the power of innovation, the impact of compatibility, and the importance of adapting before it's too late. Their rise was historic, their fall was emotional, and their lessons are eternal. Compaq may be gone, but its story remains a reminder that success is never permanent, and innovation never sleeps.